Support for Steppin Out is made possible by Yes Portrait. New Orleans portrait artist Pragati Dar specializes in personal portraits in oil or pencil. She uses her many years of experience to bring her portraits to life. More information is available at yesportrait.com.
Good evening, I'm Peggy Scott Laborde and welcome to Steppin Out, spotlighting the New Orleans area's arts and entertainment scene. And we are coming to you from our studios near historic City Park. Seated at our table tonight, Johnette Downing, musician and children's book author, who will be performing with us a little later. Welcome, Johnette.
Thank
Hello.
you.
Poppy Tooker, host of the weekly program Louisiana Eats on WWNO Radio. Hey,
Hey,
Poppy.
Peg.
And making his Steppin Out debut, Scott Billington, harmonica player, but his day job is vice president of Rounder Records, and joining his wife, Johnette, a little later in performance. Looking forward to hearing you on the harmonica.
Oh, thanks, Peggy.
Good to see you. And Alan Smason, editor of the online Crescent City Jewish News, covering the theater scene for us. Hello.
Hi there.
But Poppy, now it's time to talk a little bit about a different kind of table service.
Different kind of table service. You know, New Orleans is the funniest place because we still have beautiful, flaming tableside Garradon-style service like most people lost in the 50s. Actually, we're behind on this new trend. It's take a number service. And, you know, it's something you'd be accustomed to in a very, very, very casual place. But let me tell you where I saw it this week. First of all, if you haven't seen the expansion of Koshan Butcher, they just opened last Wednesday, their expanded space. It's gorgeous. It's, of course, right behind Koshan, and it was just a teeny, like you could hardly have put 20 people in the place before. Well, now it's over 3 times as big. There is a gorgeous sit-down bar, but it's take a number. Ooh. That's one of the cocktails at that gorgeous bar. That's the Rockin' Rebel, which is Rockin' Rye, Cherry Bounce, Sweet Vermouth, Orange Bitters, and Whiskey Barrel Bitters, too.
Sounds like a cousin to a Sazerac.
Yeah, it was delicious, though. Kind of like an old-fashioned, too. And there's, of course, their wonderful sweet and spicy brisket sliders. The food is fantastic. The space is awesome. Even the kitchen expanded hugely. And of course, they're so well known for their charcuterie. You'd make a mistake not to have that charcuterie plate. Look at that hogshead cheese. Yum! There's new things. I never had this before. That's a ham and cheese stuffed pretzel. It was delicious. But there's room for everybody to seat. They give you a number and they bring you your food. They come looking for the number. It's really something else. I also want to mention, oh, well, the boudin. Yum! Steven Strajewski and Donald Link, of course, own this place together. And with this hugely expanded kitchen, now, look at that, Steven, now they've got, every day they're making incredible layer cakes. Their dessert menu has like quadrupled. Carrot cake, coconut cake, chocolate cake. Go just for the cake. But don't forget the pig. Delicious. And then, same night, now they opened also last week, on Thursday night, I believe, Pizza Dominica, uptown on Magazine Street. This is between Jefferson and Napoleon on Magazine. And you can take out or you can dine in, and you walk in the door and you order at the door. Look at the dining room, though. It's very fancy for take a number service. They have trademark things in there like the homemade limoncello that you find downtown. They really have just about everything. That house-made Italian salumi selection. Just about everything you find downtown, even that beautiful roasted whole cauliflower with the whipped feta cheese and the roasted octopus. But and there's that's my favorite place. That's where to sit. There's only 4 seats there, but you can see all the action. You can even see inside the revolving wood oven while you're dining.
Poppy, even though it's taken number, do they follow up, you know, with you after they deliver your?
Service
Okay,
is
that's sort of important.
incredible
Okay.
because you don't get just one server. Every server in the place
So they
checks
are
on you.
attentive.
If you need another glass of wine, if there's anything else they can
right.
bring you, it's all taken care of. And the food was, oh goodness, awesome. Arugula with pickled beets, gorgonzola, chopped salad. There was There it is. Oh, there's the arugula salad with the roasted beets. There's a beautiful chopped salad that has prosciutto and garbanzo beans, tomatoes, anchovies, spring onions, and Parmesan. Look at those white anchovies on top. Oh, and I have to tell you, of course, the pizza is really the big draw. Incredible, you can get it in the home now. Right. And I had springtime on a pizza. It was fava beans, artichokes, fennel fronds, and fresh burrata cheese. I'm so hungry just looking at that picture again. It's killing me. Now, one last thing I have to mention is, you know, Monday is Cinco de Mayo. And I have eaten this past week at the best Mexican restaurant I have eaten at in a long, Casa Borrego. Oh my goodness, if you have not been to Casa Borrego on Aretha Castle Haley, they've only been open, it's less than a year. They aren't open on Mondays, so you can't go on Monday for Cinco de Mayo, but just celebrate all week. They're open Tuesday through Sundays, dinner during the week, and they're open for lunch and brunch on Saturday and Sunday. It's like a Mexican art gallery inside. This is Mexico City style food, like nothing else that's really served in the cities. It's what you find on the streets, in the mercados, in the fondas, and the food, their outside dining area, beautiful. All I can tell you is have the enchiladas. Look how beautiful the guacamole and the pico de, the red sauce, the pico de gallo. Right. Enchiladas. Tongue tacos. I'm crazy for tongue tacos. It's my favorite thing. Anybody who knows me,
so the best. The Casa Haley and...
Oh, I don't know the side street, but it's right there on the main drag, and that's the owner, Hugo. Right. He's fab. Just go.
Okay.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, Johnette, speaking of food, okay.
Oh, yes.
One of the most recent of your 14 children's books is How to Dress a Poor Boy.
Right.
Tell us about that.
Well, you know, that's our thing. And when people come here, they get asked, how do you dress a po' boy? And they think, I mean, do you want your po' boy dressed? And they don't know how. And they say, I don't know. You know, you certainly don't want it undressed.
No, you do not. Okay, and we're going to be hearing the song. Okay, we have a book, but we also have a song a little bit later. But you've got another. We're going to do a tease here. You've got another children's book coming up too.
I do, and of course it's about food again. Being from New Orleans, it's macarooned on a desert island.
Oh, you're so punny.
And I did get a sneak preview of that one too, and it's so beautifully illustrated, as well as, of course, your wonderful words. But I just wonder if that's better in the kitchen than on a bookshelf. So, and both of these are Pelican?
Correct.
Yeah. Now, you travel around the country, don't you?
I do.
And the world.
Yes. And, you know, they love Louisiana music and our food. So that's why a lot of my songs are about food, and my books are songs. So, you know, you use them all together.
Now, for folks to know exactly what you're up to, what is the best way in terms of the internet? What are some
they can go to my website, JohnetteDowning.com.
All right, great. And then Scott, as we said, your day job is Rounder Records. And thank goodness for Rounder Records, because so much of your catalog over the past, 30 years has really been performers from Louisiana, and the list is long, I know, but and also including Buckwheat Zydeco, Nathan and the Zydeco Cha-Chas, but also Irma Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Irma Thomas, too. And we were just talking earlier, and there's a long list of people who should still be around, but Johnny Adams.
Yes, my favorite singer.
Oh my goodness! And one of your more recent releases, but I know it's a remix, but is James Booker. We want to play a little bit of the latest album, Classified, the late James Booker. But tell us a little bit about it before we go to it.
Well, I made that record 30 years ago now, or 31 years ago in 1983. I was a bit naive, I think, as a record producer, but I'd heard Booker on one of his great nights at the Maple Leaf Bar and was just so inspired that we've got to put out a record of this. I knew about him. He was a difficult character. It wasn't easy making the record with him. He was a troubled individual. I think of him now as in the same light as somebody like Vincent van Gogh, who was just such a troubled person in life. And yet, Booker's legend has grown so much in the past 30 years, and people realize what a genius he was.
Absolutely. Let's hear a little bit of that genius with Lottie, Lottie, Miss Claudie.
All right.
I said you sure looking good to me.
Now, he is so missed, of course,
yes.
But I know that you've won many Grammys for your work, and one of the more recent releases is also the Alan Toussaint Songbook. Tell us a little bit about that.
That was actually recorded by my friend Paul Siegel in New York at Joe's Pub, because after Katrina, Alan located for a while in New York, and he'd always been reticent to perform as a solo
So this
performer.
is actually a video of his
It's a video
songs.
and a recording of Alan Toussaint playing solo, and it's so wonderful to be able to hear the nuance of his piano playing. He's a wonderful storyteller, and we call the album Songbook because it is a part of his songbook anyway, and you listen to this recording or look at the video and you realize how many classic songs, iconic songs
So
Alan
check that
Toussaint
one out
has
too.
written.
Before we ask you all to perform, though, what are you working on these days?
I'm about to go into the studio with Shelby Lynn, the country singer. We're going to record out at Dockside in Maurice, Louisiana, and she's a very soulful, wonderful singer. I'm looking forward to working with her.
And you all are playing together frequently, and you have a gig on Sunday, don't you?
At the Jazz Fest.
Yes. Tell us about that.
It's 12:40 in the children's tent, so children young and old come out, and we're going to do Louisiana roots music, so it'll be swamp rump, so be
It's
ready
fun.
to rump.
I think, though, that some folks think that, the children's tent is just for kids, but not necessarily.
No, I see you there all the time.
Absolutely. Well, tell us about what you're playing for us tonight.
We're going to do a song from the book, How to Dress a Po' Boy.
All right, we'll let you do that right now, but let's move over to, once again, seeing that great illustration of how to dress a poor boy, and let's hear from Johnette and Scott.
1, 2, 3. A po' boy is a sandwich, as everybody knows, dressed with all the fixings, and this is how it goes. First you start with bread, long French bread, then you add the mayonnaise, blue plate mayonnaise. Enjoy Louisiana, oh boy. Lay down a bed of lettuce, a leafy green lettuce, follow with tomatoes, sliced Creole tomatoes, perk it up with pickles, sliced dill pickles, spice it up with hot sauce, woo, Louisiana hot sauce. Come on now, we're learning how to dress up. Girl or boy, let's all enjoy Louisiana, oh boy. Then you top it off with meat, any kind of meat, shrimp, catfish, or soft shell crab, roast beef to brie, or Italian meatball, crawfish or sausage, or alligator. Come on now, we're learning how to dress up, oh boy. Girl or boy, let's all enjoy Louisiana, oh boy. Then you put it all together, yeah, you right. Now your po' boy is dressed, so take a bite. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Come on now, we learn how to dress up, oh boy. Girl or boy, let's all enjoy Louisiana, oh boy. Girl or boy, let's all enjoy Louisiana, oh boy.
that website. So if you want to learn more about Johnette Downing and look at all of that and be fully informed, as they're pretty busy schedule. We appreciate you all. And we turn to Mr. Allen for an update on Southern Rep.
That's right. Well, speaking of a full season, like a full poor boy, Southern Rep has announced their season for 2014-2015. And it's going to start off with a play that actually started as a stage reading for the Tennessee Williams New Orleans Literary Festival, and that is none other than Broomstick by John Bigonnet. This was nominated for several awards recently. It did not get nominated for a brand new Tony, etc. But you know, we're looking for hopefully some nice accolades when it comes down here. That'll start off the season, followed by Lisa d'Amour's Detroit, which will be the regional premiere, and then Boudin, which is the New Orleans Music Project, which will star, believe it or not, you know, a couple of music players that people will recognize from other venues, most notably Clint Johnson and Troy Bichet. So we're going to have a little bit of the New Orleans mix in there, and then finally, you know, it's going to end with a little bit of Tennessee Williams. Suddenly Last Summer is going to be the play that's going to be directed by, I hope, Aimee, but we're not sure exactly. Brenda Curran is going to be featured in it. We'll see exactly who is going to be on the boards, though, as we get ready to look at this. But this is wonderful because they're going back to their roots. They're really doing a lot of plays that have to do with Louisiana or by Louisiana professional writers. So that's very good. Now, speaking of other plays to be had, coming up next season as well is going to be Le Petit season, which was also announced just this week. They're going to start off in September with Vanya and Sonia and Masha and Spike. Yay. That is Christopher Durang's Tony Award-winning comedy about middle-aged siblings, Vanya and Sonia. And we will also be able to see Peter and the Starcatcher, the first time it's being performed here in New Orleans. This is the prequel for Peter Pan. So you will get to see all of the characters, but prior to what happens when Peter goes out and finds Wendy, etc. All right. Also on the boards, Jesus Christ Superstar will be in January, and that'll be followed in March by Dinner with Friends, which is, of course, a Pulitzer Prize-winning play that people should have seen if they haven't already. I really encourage them to do so. Merrily We Roll Along, believe it or not, is coming up. Stephen Sondheim's wonderful play that didn't last too long. I think it was a few days as far as it goes, but again, tells a little bit about their career as early writers, and that'll wrap up the season pretty much. But if you get a chance, you know, go to our website. We'll have all of these posted. Also, want to tell you about a spectacular play. We mentioned it last week, but we want to play a little bit of something about Driving Miss Daisy. This is the play, of course, which is going to be starring Janet Shea. She starred in a version of this last year, and also Lance Nichols, as well as Spud McConnell, John Spud McConnell. So perhaps we can take a look and see exactly what makes this so special.
Where are you taking me?
The store.
This is wrong. You have to go back to Highland Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have been driving to the Piggly Wiggly since they put it up and opened it up for business. This isn't the way. Go back at once.
Y'all know the Piggly Wiggly?
Get ready to turn.
Yes, sir.
There you have it, a little bit of Janet Shea, Lance Nichols. It should be spectacular. It is going to be about an hour's drive to Lockport, but I really encourage everybody to go because they probably will sell out. This is a spectacular cast, so check that out as well. And then for those of you, I mentioned for the experience for summer camps for your kids, if you haven't had a chance to check out JPAS, on the North Shore, they're going to have a summer intensive Seussical Junior for 3rd through 7th grades. This will be at Christ Episcopal School in Covington. That'll be also followed by Dear Edwina. Now, this is the play that teaches children, essentially the musical, how to have manners. It teaches them about proper etiquette and things of that sort. Very fun play. 3rd through 7th grades, again, from July 14th through August 3rd. That'll be at the Jefferson Performing Arts Center, which is, of course, East Jefferson High School at 400 Flock Street. And then, you know, if you want to check any of the other information, there will be other information on the JPAS site, so check that out as well. And we would also like to remind everybody about a radio staging, if you will, a play that's going to be done called This Sweaty City. And it's going to be at the Shadow Box. I want to remind you that that's going to be coming up Saturday night at 8 o'clock, and that should be kind of fun, too.
All right. Thank you very much. And now it's time, though, for our Artist Spotlight. Tonight, we are featuring 2 works of art. The first is In the Kitchen by Elizabeth Fox, an Orlando, Florida native. Fox has been part of the New Orleans art scene for 20 years. Her new exhibit, Play to Win, opens tomorrow evening with a reception from 6 to 9 at Boyd's Satellite Gallery. That's on Julia Street. It will be on view through June the 3rd. Visit Boyd's Satellite satellitegallery.com to see more of her work and check out the other openings on Julia. The second is the photograph Chuck Berry, New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival 1982 by award-winning photographer Michael P. Smith. A New Orleans native, boy is he missed. Smith's career was spent documenting the music and culture of his hometown. This one is from a series on the Jazz Fest. Prints are now available for purchase from the Historic New Orleans collection by visiting hnoc.org and clicking on the Shop tab. Don't forget to visit WYES.org to see our online calendar, and you can visit our program on demand on our website as well. New Orleans Magazine's quiz queen, Julia Street, has a question for us. Last time, Diane Chain gave us the name of the stage located next to the paddock and the grandstand, and the one that is frequently the site of Cajun and Zydeco music, Lagniappe and Fay Dodo stages. Now tonight's question, also Jazz Fest themed. This musician who performed at the first Jazz Fest has become the event's symbol. Who is he? And what is the name of the music club named after one of his songs? Email your answers. The hands are going up. Email your answers to steppinout@wyes.org. Our prizes: a Louisiana Life magazine subscription, a gift certificate for 2 courtesy of Vian's Tea House, offering their culinary and gourmet tea experience. Tonight we have a T-shirt worn by WYES's Kelsey Schreiber with the message "Flying Salsa," perfect for Cinco de Mayo. It's from our friends at WearableVegetables.com. And this week we have a copy of the book Mardi Gras, Chronicles of the New Orleans Carnival by WYES's own Errol Labor, yay, from our friends at Pelican Publishing. And now our picks. Poppy.
Not tomorrow, next Saturday. Zatarain's is setting the world record for the biggest crawfish boil ever. Champion Square, noon till 6 p.m. Help them eat their way into history. 25,000 pounds of crawfish.
Johnette and Scott, anything else more to plug here?
Our performance at Jazz Fest, please come out.
Okay, do not miss it. Looking forward to seeing you all. Okay. And Alan.
I want to remind everybody the Fidelity Concerts in the Park will be continuing at Lafreniere Park this week with their Swing in the Park Tuesday, May the 6th. And that, again, is free to the public.
All right, and before I go to my pick, I wanted to show you a clip from a brand new documentary called The Key to Me by James DeMaria about the relationship between Paul Sanchez, that wonderful guitarist in New Orleans, and his wife Shelley, even though they've had some challenging times. Take a look.
They're a perfect couple, man. Like, it's really unbelievable to see 2 people that have been together for so long. It's still like the first day they met. When they hanging out, you know what I'm saying? It's like when just from me being around them, you see them, they always having fun, you know, they always picking on each other in a fun way. You know, it's just cool to be around. They're like the perfect couple, man.
Well, Shelley will tell you that she stalked me, but I really actually don't remember meeting her the first few times that she claims to have met me. I remember a friend of hers coming backstage at Tipitina's and saying she had a friend who was a school teacher who really wanted to meet me. And I went down and said hello to him at her pickup truck, and she seemed really nice. And so I said, you know what, I got to finish up here, and here's the keys to my place. You guys go there, and I got some beers in the fridge. Y'all can wait for me. And went back, and they were going through my books and stuff to see what I was really like. And her friend fell asleep, and Shelley and I stayed up talking until dawn.
And the documentary will air right here at WYES. That's tomorrow night at 9 p.m. here on WYES, of course. And don't forget the Past Christiane Historic Home Tour on Sunday. Go to pasthistory.org for details. Thank you for watching. Happy Jazz Fest. Good night. And now let's hear more from Johnette and Scott with the song Read to Me. Good night.
2, 3, 4. Tell me a tale, take me on adventures, let's set sail. Read me a story, sing me a song, take me on adventures, it won't take long, just read. I'll read to you. Oh, read me a sonnet, tell me a fable, take me on a trip, I'm ready and able. Read me a novel, share a haiku, take me on adventures, I'm going with you. Just read to me. Just read to me. And if you read to me, I'll read to you. I'll read to you. Well, let's book a trip, let's make a date, let's sit together side by side, let's chart a course the whole world wide, let's read together every day and night. Read, read, read to me.
Support for Steppin Out is made possible by Yes Portrait. New Orleans portrait artist Brigatti Dar specializes in personal portraits in oil or pencil. She uses her many years of experience to bring her portraits to life. More information is available at yesportrait.com.